As the chapter starts, the scene unfolds as a battle on a bridge of a castle. A girl, wondering what is going on as she is blind, and even with her magic sight, she cannot tell. Her name is Phyllis, and she fell off by the bridge. There were some masked men on the bridge, and one asked another to bring the proof of her death. A man stated that the Mitsu bridge has collapsed and asked all to clear out. In the next scene, Phyllis, when fell to the ground, woke up and found that her broken leg is wrapped. There was a noise from her behind. The girl trembled and asked who is there. She thought that she still has magic sight, and then she noticed that there was a shape like a wolf. She thought that she has been talking to a wolf. The wolf noticed that she can see him by using magic, and then introduced himself as Wind Wolf Rilgarum. Through fate, he was able to save her. Rilgarum then explained that humans referred to him as a sacred beast, and though he is simply a wolf that has lived a long life. Phyllis wondered about it and thought that the sacred beast is like from the legends or fairy tale. She remembered that Nadi-san said before that sacred beasts have really ever shown themselves, but she has been saved by someone this inconceivable. When the girl stated his name wrong, the wolf found her stutter and asked her to call him Garu. The girl then introduced herself as Phyllis and thanked Garu for saving her. Garu stated that he was very surprised when she fell from the sky, and he is not sure what would have happened if he had not helped her. Garu then asked her why did she fall from the sky and stated then about her ability and those injuries. He is assuming there is something going on here. Phyllis wondered what should she do and if she should tell him everything that has happened. She then thought that Garu is a sacred beast and she is sure that he is not bad, but she still needs to be careful. She thought it is because she reincarnated and now she is a 5-year-old blind girl. She can use some magic, but there is still so much she doesn't understand. She further thought that she has a unique set of circumstances and she must not speak rashly. Garu asked her if she is hungry, and when Phyllis affirmed, Garu stated that it has been a while since he found her, and he will make her a meal now then. Phyllis wondered about a wolf's meal could be a wild raw meat, as she cannot eat food that is raw from the wild. When Phyllis asked him if he is also hungry, Garu stated that there is no need to be shy, and it has been a long time since she has had a meal. Phyllis got surprised when Garu transformed into a human and asked her to come with him. Phyllis then thought that he was able to treat her leg in human form and found sacred beasts amazing. Garu then prepared a soup for her and then stated that it has been a while since he cooked, but he is sure that it will be fine and asked her not to be shy and to just come and try some. Phyllis wondered about it as she didn't ask him to make it, and it also takes grit to try something when she cannot see. Phyllis can only see the outline of the shape of the creature with magic sight and the shape of an object with spatial comprehension. But besides the shape, she cannot make out anything except for the color of magic power. When Phyllis tried the soup, she found it delicious and appreciated Garu. When Garu stated that he cannot make it as good as his friend, but he is glad to hear it is to her liking, Phyllis wondered about his friend. Garu stated that her name was Ifsania, and they used to eat this a lot when they were traveling together. Phyllis found Garu's voice sounds somewhat solemn and wondered what happened. Immediately thought it a bad idea of prying into others' lives and thought that she cannot say anything about herself either. After that, Garu took care of her without any questions, and meals were also made while trying different herbs, and Garu was very nice to her. Phyllis thought that she really appreciated that Garu has not tried to pry into things and also wonder what has happened to the Ashtar household. She recalled that her father, Gerante, hated her, so she is sure that he is happy to see her gone. But then Phyllis thought that Nadi-san and Ellie would be sad though, and she would like to go home, but this 5-year-old body won't let her. Phyllis then thought to stay with Garu for now and wondered what she should do once her leg has recovered, as she has no idea what will happen to her next. The next scene in a mansion, everyone was sad. A lady wished if she only could have protected Phyllis better. The lady thought Phyllis's father, even though his own daughter was killed in such a manner, has not even brought a single flower for her, and on the contrary, it is as if nothing ever happened. A bridge collapsing due to demons attacking, that should be a big deal. And yet father doesn't seem upset in the least, and even the investigation was wrapped up so quickly. The lady was very sad and went outside the room. Garante in the other room, stating to the masked man Guzult that he has outdone himself, and while Garante would have preferred to have used a simple method, Nady would have been far more outspoken if poison had been used. He further stated that all of it required immense preparation, but with these kinds of circumstances there is not much Nady can say, and Garante supposed this audio is all taken care of now. Guzult responded that he has his men searching for the body just in case. The mission is not to be considered complete until he has reported back. Garante stated that he doubts it would be possible for Phillies to survive a fall from that height, but she was ever the pain even making them check like this. When Guzult noticed something and checked outside the gate, Garante asked him what is wrong, but Guzult stated that there is nothing. There was Nady outside, and she heard all the conversation. Nady was trembled to know that the demon attack was not at random after all, and she cannot believe that Garante orchestrated everything. Nady then thought that she should have known that it was possible based on how this family has treated her. Even though they have the same blood in their veins, she didn't want to admit that she was a parent who had a hand in her own daughter's life. Nady thought it was completely her fault that she couldn't protect Phillies. When she was crying, she noticed the pendant, which is a matching good luck charm paired with the one she gave to Phillies. Nady thought that she cannot just sit here all depressed, and she hasn't verified Phillies' death with her own eyes. Nady doesn't care how small the chance is, and as long as there is even a glimmer of hope left, she has got to try to find Phillies. When Phillies woke up, she thought it was just a dream, and she doesn't know what time it is, but thinks it is still night because she can hear the bonfire still going. She used her magic sight and saw a wolf there. She wondered what is that, and if it is a werewolf. When Phillies was shocked and crying, the wolf reminded her that it is Garu. Garu apologized for startling her and stated that he had thought she was sleeping, and that was careless of him. Phillies asked him why he looks like that, and she almost had a heart attack. Garu stated the truth that he cannot maintain the appearance of his human form as it consumes a great amount of mana. Garu then explained that demi-human forms consume considerably less mana, so he generally uses this form at night. Phillies asked him why he doesn't use this form more often if this is easier. Garu responded that she would feel more comfortable with his human form, and that is why he intended to continue to use his human form for her as much as he can. Phillies thought that Garu is using his human form all this time for her and then apologized to Garu in her heart, and she is ashamed of herself for not trusting him until now. She decided to tell Garu everything that has happened and asked him if he would listen to her story. Garu agreed. Phillies decided to tell Garu her past and explained that the Ashtar house is one of the greatest nobles within the Kingdom of Eyes, and Phillies was the youngest child of a concubine, a well-known prestigious family that has been known to produce powerful water mages. Phillies' own father largely ignored her, leaving her to grow up in the corner of a vast mansion. Since she was blind, never had a chance to be cherished by such a distinguished family. There were only two people who ever gave her even the least amount of love. There was only the maid Ellie and Nady ni Sama, to sense the mana of living things with magical sight and sensing objects by releasing mana and having it reflected with spatial comprehension. The first thing she learnt when she was blind was how to see things using magic. While she was still blind, these abilities helped her greatly, and she have managed to figure out the color of mana and at the very least the shape of the object. She explained that Nady has dark blue mana because she is an adept water mage, while Phillies' mana is green for the wind attribute. While Phillies is in a prestigious water family, she takes after her mother's side, and this is another reason for being disliked by her family. Phillies explained that because Nady and Maid were always by her side, she was able to enjoy her life to a certain extent without being overly pessimistic. Phillies recalled that Nady taught her how to use magic, and she would even brush Phillies' hair, and it was a somewhat peaceful life. But one day, Reed, Garante's son, tried to attack her with his magic. He attacked Phillies, but Ellie blocked it. Phillies asked her if she is okay. Ellie stated that she is fine and she is only wet. Ellie then asked Phyllis if she is hurt. Phyllis stated that she is okay as Ellie protected her. Reed trying to attack one more time with his stone-piercing water fang, but then there was some voice at the door. Nady came through it and was angry with him. She used magic and blasted him away. She grabbed Phyllis and stated that it is all okay now and asked her if she is hurt. Ellie asked Nady why Reed is here. Nady responded that it seems the man was dissatisfied with Phyllis's father's decision. Reed further stated that she was a little surprised, and she cannot believe that Phyllis's ever-indifferent father would hold a selection ceremony for Phyllis. She further stated that the older brother of Phyllis couldn't tolerate Phyllis receiving such the gift, and he is really such a small-minded man, and Reed is a bit relieved to know that they can hold the selection ceremony for Phyllis, and if she was a nobleman, she would have completed the ceremony already. Phyllis then asked Nady what is a selection ceremony. Nady explained that the selection ceremony allows God to grant each person a special ability, and this ability is referred to as a gift of the ceremony. When Phyllis was confused, Nady clarified that on rare occasions she can receive more than one gift like Nady did. Maid responded that Nady is seeing it lightly, and she also has divine protection. Nady then clarified that divine protection shows that she has God's favor, and that is why her magic is more powerful and more accurate. Phyllis thought it amazing as Nady not only received 2 gifts, but also divine protection from the god. Nady then hugged Phyllis tightly. Thus, by the decision of Garante, she was permitted to undergo the ceremony, and she was said to head for the royal capital at a later date. As a blind girl, she cannot see anyone but Phyllis. Using her magic sight, she saw a man and wondered if he is her father. She found that he has a bad aura. Now sitting near Garu, Phyllis stated that she had a bad feeling ever since then, and she just felt scared. Garu stated if it is too difficult to tell him, so there is no need to push herself. Phyllis stated that after that they all left together, and the journey went smoothly out of Atasa, a large inn town. When they were moving, Phyllis asked Nady where they are. Nady responded that they are in the dark green valley, and since it is so deep, they will be using a bridge to cross it. Phyllis responded that it is always crowded too, since it is the only bridge that crosses it from the Kingdom of Eyes, and they will just have to wait and see how long it takes to cross over, and Nady affirms. Nady then gave Phyllis something, and when Phyllis asked what it is, Nady clarified that it is a mana potion, and she should drink it when she runs out of mana, and Nady put some in her pouch. Nady also gave her a matching charm necklace. Phyllis can see the pendant's color, and it is a magical tool that accumulates the user's mana. Nady stated that if anything goes wrong, it can help protect her, and she won't be able to use it yet, though since it hasn't accumulated any mana. Nady asked Phyllis to make sure to wear it every day, and since it can only build up a bit of mana at a time. Suddenly, they were crashed into something, and Nady wondered what happened. They were just stuck out here on the bridge, but Ellie found it noisy. Nady wondered if there was an accident and looked out from the window. A man running stated that there is a demon and asked them to run away. They all were to hear that. Nady got tumbled and asked what Phyllis's father was doing, and she had to check on him. Phyllis used her magic sight and saw so many people, but she could not tell, so she used spatial comprehension, and they are all running away from up there. Ellie asked Phyllis to stay close to her. Phyllis saw a person that seems to be the only one who has mana. The crowd shouted that there are more demons this way, and that damaged Nady's cart. After that, everything turned into chaos, and Phyllis got stuck, and her leg was injured. Phyllis couldn't even tell what was going on around her. Phyllis then saw Nady fighting against all the demons, and then a really big one showed up. Phyllis stated to Garu that she only remembers falling off the edge after that, and then she found herself next to Garu. Garu then responded that he had thought there was a reason, but to think that Phyllis had to go through such tragedies at such a young age, Garu can only imagine how hard it must have been for her. Garu then put his hand on her head and praised her, saying she has held up well. As Phyllis lamented while embracing Garu, danger looms once again. As Phyllis was wrapped in soft fluff till morning, she found it fluffy and smells good. Garu called Phyllis and stated that it is morning, and it is time to wake up and eat breakfast. When Phyllis woke up, she thought she cried so much that she fell asleep on Garu's chest. When having breakfast, she thanked Garu for the meal. Garu was in his human form and gave Phyllis something that should help heal her wound. When she drank it, she found it better and worse than Bluo. Garu then stated that he knows it tastes horrible and asked Phyllis to be with it as it will help. Garu then stated that he is surprised that Phyllis could tolerate it without throwing any up, and then he showed another one to Phyllis. She went far after seeing it. Garu then stated that this one will be fine, and it is just a mouthwash ball, and asked Phyllis to chew it and then spit it out about last night, and Garu stated that he is aware that she compensates for her blindness with her magic, and even though she haven't received a gift yet, but Garu is still a little concerned about the demon attack back on the bridge. Garu explained that he have lived a long time, but he have never heard of any demon like the large one she encountered being around the bridge. Garu thought that the whole situation sounds like a ploy and thought Phyllis may still be in danger. Phyllis asked him if there is something the matter. Garu then denied and stated that he just had something on his mind. Garu thought that he just need to keep Phyllis safe and asked her what she do think they should do going forward, as he is not sure what she would like to do. Phyllis thought that she is limited in what she can do, and she hate to ask this of Garu with such a small body. She desperately need help. Phyllis then stated to Garu that she want to go to Nady and asked him for his help. Garu agreed and stated that they will leave here as soon as they are ready, as they will need to head out of this vast forest first. Garu clarified that there is a neighboring kingdom about 3 or 4 days north of here, and there is a road that connects the valley to Chijo with an inn that is based there, and that is where they will head to first. Garu stated that Phyllis's leg can be healed once they get over there, and while some potions were used on it as first aid, it must have been a very serious wound which is not completely healed yet. When Phyllis asked about the potion, Garu stated that he wished he had a portion on him, but unfortunately those are pretty, and it requires a gift to refine potions to make them, such as alchemy. Phyllis then stated that she has some mana potions that Nady give her in her pouch. Garu found it great and said it that kind is an even better magic potion. When Phyllis opened her pouch, they found that all were broken except one. There is only one left and her portions are almost gone. Garu stated that the impact of Phyllis's fall must have broken them. Phyllis thought this is not the best, but at least she have not run out of mana, and thought this is from Nady, and she will save the last one for now. When Garu asked her if she is ready, Phyllis affirmed and asked Garu how he still in human form. Garu responded that he is full of mana right now, so he can maintain human form, and asked her not to worry about him. Garu then responded that he will probably change back to his demi-human form later, and he do appreciate all of her concern. When they were on their way, Phyllis thought this might be harder on her leg than she thought, and a staff can only help so much. She then apologized to Garu as she cannot walk all that fast. Garu then came to Phyllis and grabbed her in his arms and stated that he never intended for her to work blindly, and he will be like her hands and feet. Phyllis became very happy as he is being too kind, and it is because he is a sacred beast. Phyllis then asked him why he is so kind with her. Garu responded that he didn't necessarily mean to be, but she is right, and she is a child that is meant to be protected. He further stated that the truth is her face and silver hair resemble his old friend, Ifsania. Phyllis then asked him if she was the one he had mentioned having the meal with before. Garu affirmed and stated that there is really quite the resemblance too, and he had initially saved her because he thought she was Ifsania, and so being kind may not be quite the right way to describe him. Phyllis thought it may have started that way, but she can tell from the way he has been treating her that is not true, and she still think Garu is very kind. While they were walking, someone was watching them from a tree. He was a masked man and found the target still alive. He thought that he cannot believe that she survived the disaster and wondered how she can have such insanely good luck. He then wondered if Garu saved her and then thought that he didn't want it to come to this. He then pulled out the dagger and thought he have no choice now. Garu immediately noticed someone in the tree and put Phyllis down. When Phyllis asked what is wrong, Garu recalled that Phyllis' sister taught her defensive magic. Phyllis affirmed and stated that it is called wind armor. Garou asked her not to hesitate using it when he gave her the signal. Phyllis asked him why. Suddenly out of trees, a dagger came and attacked them. Phyllis wondered about the sound and thought it was like the clashing of metal. She could not sense it even with both magic sight and spatial comprehension, as it was way too fast. She then thought if it was not for Garou that would have hit her. Garou moved and asked to use her attack. The masked man came to attack Fence, and then she used her wind armor attack. She used it, and that hit the man. When Phyllis noticed him, she wondered who in the world is that. When the girl wondered who is the masked man, man thought that Phyllis is a child that still has not even received her gift, and yet she can already use this kind of magic. Masked man landed on the ground and thought that he has never heard of such, and he needed to withdraw and report back about this, but suddenly Garou came and attacked him, and the man dodged. There, Phyllis is scared. They are moving so fast that she cannot even tell what is going on. Garou then struck again, but when man is dodging, got hurt in the chest, and then he ran away. Phyllis asked Garou if he is okay and if he got him. Garou stated that the man has managed to escape. Garou then further asked her not to worry and stated that with the injuries Garou gave him, he won't be coming back. Phyllis asked him if it was a man and who was it. Garou thought based on man's appearance, he was likely involved with the black market, and Garou would rather not give Phyllis any reason to start having unnecessary anxiety. Garou then lied to Phyllis that the man was likely a traveling brigand. Phyllis thought if he was really a bandit because he was aiming for her. Garou transformed into a wolf and stated that they need to quickly leave this valley for now and asked Phyllis to go ahead and ride on his back. When Phyllis got up on him, they started moving. There, Ellie was very sad about Phyllis as she had always taken care of her along with Nady, and since Ellie had lost her own family early in life, Phyllis and Nady were always special to her. Ellie can't believe this had to happen to Phyllis. Another maid came and shouted at Ellie to just get the cleaning over with, and Ellie then apologized. When Reed was drinking tea, he threw the cup on the ground. Reed stated that he doesn't understand how anyone could drink such horrible tea. Ellie apologized and stated that she will go through some more shortly. Garante came and asked what was that. Reed then lied to him that Ellie purposefully broke the cup. Garante looked at the maid who looked after Phyllis and stated that Nady has spoiled her to the extent that she is no longer capable of even serving. He then sat on his chair and stated that since Ellie was Phyllis's caretaker, she should be the one to clear out Phyllis's room, and he would like to see it emptied out swiftly. Ellie wondered how can they say such a thing, and did these people never care about Phyllis? Ellie was angry to listen to that and hurt her hand with the broken cup. Reed asked what is taking her so long and also if she is blind as Phyllis. Ellie became so angry that she tried to hit Reed with that broken cup. That made Ellie end up in lockup. Ellie thought it is all over and it cannot be helped now, and then Nady came there and called Ellie. Nady apologized that she was not there to protect Ellie, and because of all that has happened lately, she will get Ellie out of here. Ellie stated that it will be okay, and since Phyllis is gone now, she is done with her duties. Nady stated that she is going to go and find Phyllis. When Ellie was crying, Nady stated that she believes that Phyllis is alive, and Nady is not simply leaving the house. She also stated that she had decided to leave the Ashtar family behind as well, and she is not coming back. Ellie asked her if she is sure about this. Nady then clarified that it is unforgivable, but the whole accident was orchestrated by Garante, and this has exhausted any last remaining affection that Nady had for the family. Nady then stated that Ellie and Phyllis are the only family she has now and asked Ellie for her help. Ellie responded that she is powerless and she is not strong like Nady. Nady then cut a part of her hair and stated that she was powerless to protect Phyllis back then too. That made Ellie shocked as Nady's long and beautiful hair symbolized her status as a noble woman. Nady found it better and stated that from now on she is just Nady and this is her resolve. Nady now asked about Ellie. Ellie then responded that she is going with Nady to look for Phyllis. Nady then opened the door. Ellis knows that she is weak, but Phyllis is her most precious family. They both then ran away. There, Garu was moving so fast that Phyllis is glad Garu is fluffy but scared that she will fall off with all this shuffling. When she used her spatial comprehension, Garu asked her not to use her magic so often as she is releasing mana, and then it is reflecting back to her and also lets demons know her location even more. Phyllis apologized and recalled that she was careless, and she had spent all the time at the mansion never knowing any of this. It is dangerous to use spiritual comprehension out here near demons, and from now on she has to be more careful of where she uses it. Garu then stated that it is bad, and there is a group of monkeys up ahead. It is a large group that seems to think Phyllis looks very delicious. Garu warned Phyllis as it is about to get rough and asked her not to fall off. Garu then jumped over the monkeys. As Garu and Phyllis were going ahead of the group of monkeys, Garu dodged their attacks, and that made Phyllis dizzy. Phyllis thought that she cannot take this, and it is like riding a roller coaster while blindfolded. Garu was running fast while monkeys were chasing him. Garu noticed a cave and thought that this should be a perfect location to lure them. He went into the cave and waited for the monkeys. Phyllis noticed that Garu's magical power is increasing vastly, and then Garu used his attack that threw monkeys away. Phyllis found all of their mana disappeared at once and praised Garu as he took them all out. Garu then to this convenient cave as he was able to clean them all up with ease. Phyllis then thought this is what a cave is like, and her voice echoes. Garu stated that Phyllis was holding on tight that whole time, and she must be tired and asked her to rest here for today. Phyllis thought that was close, and a 5-year-old body has its limits. She thanked Garu, and she said that she will just take a small nap. When Phyllis was sleeping, she sniffed a strange smell. She thought it like fishy and rusty, and thought it is coming from a beast. But then she thought that Garu seems to be in a good mood. She then asked Garu what he is doing and why it smells weird in here. Garu stated that he was preparing some wild birds, thinking it would be nutritious for her. She wondered and asked how exactly he is going to cook that bird. She thought it seems like Garu doesn't cook often, and she needs to find out how he is planning to prepare it for her own safety. Garu stated that he was thinking of roasting it a bit, but asked Phyllis if she does not want. Phyllis thought it is not like she doesn't want to eat, but even simple dishes can become unpalatable if done improperly. She then asked him what is the meat like right now. Garu wondered about Phyllis asking the meat's condition and thought if she wants to know how he will prepare it. He then clarified that firstly he severs the neck, then removes all the blood and internal organs, and he does that since meat spoils easily otherwise. Phyllis thought Garu's preparation method seems fine, so she thought if the problem is with seasoning. Phyllis asked him if he has any fragrant leaves. Garu responded that he doesn't know if this smells good, but he does have some dried medicinal herbs. Phyllis smelled the herbs and thought that could go along with meat, and since it is also salty, it could be used as some seasoning. Garu was amazed and thought Phyllis is just a child, yet she can separate which herb to use in cooking just from its scent. Phyllis asked Garu about a thing and thought it seems like some kind of grain. When Garu stated that these are edible seeds and he used them in the meal she had last time, Phyllis agreed to add this to the meal. Garu roasted the meat and Phyllis found it smell good. Garu stated that this is irresistible and asked Phyllis if he can also eat some. Phyllis agreed and she stated that she cannot eat that much anyways. Garu then tasted it and found it delicious. Phyllis also found it good and thought Garu is happy too, and also thought she was always protected by him, so she is happy that she was able to do something for him. She should also eat a lot and build up but strength she can. At the Ashtar residence, her father was angry as a masked man clarified that Nady left her room and is gone now. Garante thinks Nady repaid his good treatment towards her with betrayal. Garante thought it all started when he laid hands on Phyllis's mother, Aria, on a whim that day, and at first, Nady would only somewhat resist, but ever since that Phyllis was born, Nady totally changed, and she slowly began to completely stop speaking to him. He thought as long as Phillies was around, Nady would continue to defy him, and originally Phillies' existence was a stain on their family which was not known by the opposing noble families, and he had to do something about it, and that is why he staged the accident and finally got rid of that nuisance. He thought what he should do about his plan to take Nady to the royal palace and strengthen his relationship with the royal family. Guzult asked him if he should go and bring her back. Garante stated even if Guzult finds Nady, they don't know if she will obediently come back or not. Guzult responded that won't be a problem with his ability and his gift is mind control. He further stated that it is easy for him to make puppets out of others, and by the time they return, Nady would be such a cute and obedient princess. Garante was happy as he hadn't even asked for that. Guzult then asked Garante to renew their contract for that, and this time it would be many times greater. Garante agreed and stated that he is counting on Guzult. Garante he won't let Nady as she pleases anymore, and he will definitely get her back and make her obey him. Guzult then left and thought like he has ensured his future employment with this household. The fourth day since Garu and Phillies' journey began, and as they were climbing the stairs, it feels like they will reach their destination soon. Phillies thought it might get suspicious as a beast is carrying a little girl around, and to avoid that Garu changed into his human form. Phillies thought Garu has a nice body as his chest is just muscular, and how handsome he is. Garu asked Phillies what happened, and then Phillies got trembled and denied. Phillies thought that it is not like she can say that her heart was pounding from being so close to him. Garu then stated that they should think about how to explain their relationship for when someone asks. Phillies thought there is only one kind of relationship that would make sense between an adult and a child, that is a father and a daughter. Garu stated that they should talk about being an adventure father and his child as it would be easy to give various explanations then. Phillies asked him if she can call him Papa. Garu trembled and stated that is not good and he feels so itchy. Phillies thought Garu is actually fit to be a father, and she doesn't have any feelings or memories of love from Garante as his father. She further thought that besides Garu, she feels like she is always protected, and it is so reassuring. There, Garu thought to calm down and wondered why he is getting so excited. They reached a town built high along the ridge. Phillies was happy as there are so many people here. She thought she can only grasp the outline of buildings with spatial comprehension, but this place is huge. They entered into the village, and Phillies asked Garu where they are going. Garu responded that at the end of this road there is an inn run by an old acquaintance of his. They reached there, and Garu shouted and asked about Ioria, and if he is here. A lady Ioria came and welcomed Garu. She stated that it is a long time no see and asked him what brings him here out of the blue. Phillies found red mana in her and thought Ioria is an old acquaintance of Guru and wondered what kind of person she is. Garu, when meeting Ioria, stated that it has been a while and apologized for the sudden visit. Garu stated that some circumstances came up and asked her to call him just Garu. Ioria stated that this little girl looks like Izu-chan's doppelganger and asked if they are related. Garu responded that they do look similar, but they are not. Phillies wondered how long ago she is an acquaintance of Garu and thought Ioria's aura and her voice both feel somewhat young to Phillies. Ioria introduced herself to Phillies. Phillies was thinking about Ioria's gaze. Phillies introduced herself and stated that it is nice to meet her. Ioria then picked her up and found her voice cute. Ioria stated that Phillies can even greet properly and she is so mature despite being so young. Garu stated that Phillies is blind and she uses magic to sense people to some extent, but it is not perfect and it would be better to not swing around out of nowhere. Ioria then stated Garu that Phillies is so dirty and asked Garu how long he has kept her like this. Phillies was embarrassed to be called dirty. When Garu stated that it has only been 5 days, Ioria became angry and stated that it is no good if he cannot take care of her hygiene and she is still a little girl. She then asked him if he does not care about those things and if he even has a change of clothes for her. Garu denied, and then Ioria asked him to go now and buy some, and meanwhile, she is taking her for a bath. Phillies was happy to listen to that. Phyllis was so excited as she has just been stuck feeling all dirty like this for so long, and all this time she wanted to have a bath. Garou responded to Ioria that he won't be able to maintain his human form for much longer as he is running out of mana. Ioria stated that there are loads of beasts in this town, and no one would even care if he walks around in demi-beast form. Garou then transformed into a wolf and stated that he will be back. Ioria took Phyllis and entered into the inn, and then she changed their clothes and went near the bath. Phyllis wondered how this is a bath without any hot water. Ioria asked Phyllis for a moment and stated that Ioria will make the water hot real quick. Ioria then put his hand into the water. What was then shining, and there was bubbling. Phyllis thought Ioria's red mana spreading across the water, and then there was steam around it. Ioria stated that the water is hot and ready now and asked Phyllis if it is too hot for her. Phyllis responded that it is fine and she likes hot water. Phyllis was amazed to see that and thought Ioria was just an old acquaintance, but she feels like Ioria is not an ordinary person. Ioria then washed Phyllis's hair and rubbed her feet. Ioria noticed a wound that is mostly healed, and she stated that if they don't do anything about this, it will leave a scar. Ioria then stated that she will probably treat it after this. Phyllis stated that it is because Garou doesn't care about things like scars and such. Phyllis was relaxed and thought this is definitely too hot for the body of a 5-year-old. Garou came back, and Ioria asked him to put the clothes over in the dressing room. When Ioria asked Phyllis to get out, Phyllis was floating in the water, and Ioria was shocked. Garou immediately came there, and Ioria threw something to him and stated that nobody invited him in there. They put Phyllis on a bed, and Garou suggested her to rest here till dinner since she is lightheaded. When Phyllis apologized to Garou, he stated that there is no reason for her to apologize and asked to rest well for now. Phyllis thought she had a bath after such a long time, and she ended up staying in too long. Garou then asked Phyllis if he can explain what happened to her to Ioria while she rests. Phyllis agreed, and Garou left. Phyllis thought she missed beds so much, and so many things happened after she left the mansion these past few days. She fell from the bridge, got attacked by monsters, and then there was that bandit that Garou warded off. And Phyllis, thinking about it, many odd things have happened to her, and no good, she is so sleepy. In a cave, that masked man who was hurt by Garou thought that he was able to stop the bleeding, but the fever won't go down, and then he wore off the mask. He thought he needed to hurry, and he had got to report what happened. Phyllis woke up and thought she slept good. She smelled something tasty and wondered if it is dinner time. Ioria immediately came to Phyllis and hugged her. Garou stated that ever since he told Ioria Phyllis's story, she is being like this. Ioria stated that it was really hard and Phyllis tried her best. Phyllis thought Ioria is the same as Nady, and then she noticed and asked Garou why he is back in his human form. Garou responded that he thinks as long as they act like a parent and a child, he will need to be in this form more often, and he is getting his body used to it and also training to reduce the mana usage on it. While Phyllis was resting, he improved his powers a bit too. Ioria then stated that Garou is messy when it comes to using his magic. Phyllis wondered that she never thought about the amount of mana that would remain after when she uses magic. Phyllis then recalled that Nady used to get surprised as she has a lot of mana, but she doesn't know her limit, so she has been using it without any kind of restriction. Phyllis then thought that even a sacred beast like Garou has to stop using his magic and wondered what does it mean for her abilities. Ioria stated that Phyllis slept for a really long time and she must be hungry and dinner is ready, and asked Phyllis to get changed. Ioria picked a new dress for her. Ioria took Garou out of the room and stated that they are gonna get changed. Ioria helped Phyllis to get changed and stated that Garou can choose some stylish clothes and stated to Garou that he has a good fashion sense. Garou asked them to stop making fun of him. They are all done and moved out of the room. Phyllis asked Garou what he thinks. Garou stated that it looks great and she should be able to move around freely in it. Ioria got mad and responded that Phyllis is looking so cute and Garou should compliment her, something like that she looks very beautiful or cute. Garu stated that he doesn't see the point of commenting on all that and asked how it would even benefit them. When they were arguing, Phyllis thought these two are really good friends and felt so happy for some reason. Phyllis stated that she is feeling hungry and asked to eat dinner now. They all went to have dinner on the table. Phyllis wondered what is this and thought it is a little thicker, but there is no mistake it, and when Garu cooked it, it was with something similar to rice, and this has actual rice. Phyllis found it well cooked and tasty. She thought that it doesn't taste like real fish stock, but it is close enough, and it seems like it also has stir-fried vegetables as this texture is really good. Ioria asked her if the food is actually good. Phyllis affirmed and stated that no matter how she looks at it, it is definitely tasty. Ioria was glad and stated that Garu's cooking must have been pretty bland. Phyllis stated that it was still tasty. Garu responded that less seasoning is better for one's body. Ioria then asked them to eat to their heart's content. Phyllis affirmed and thought Ioria's cooking definitely super good. And just like that, Phyllis ended up eating her fill of Ioria's cooking, and after dinner, they all talked a bit. When Ioria asked Phyllis if she was sleepy, Phyllis thought that this 5-year-old body was so sleepy and she was ready to fall asleep right away. Garu, when picked up to take her to her room, Ioria asked to change her clothes before she goes to sleep. Ioria told Phyllis that she could have her own separate room, but because she is afraid to be alone, she slept in the same room as Garu. Garu thought Phyllis's complexion is better now, and she seems to be resting well. He shut the door and stated to Ioria that Phyllis is resting now and asked her if he can speak with Ioria for a moment, and Ioria agreed. Garu stated that he had 2 reasons to contact Ioria this time. First was to get Phyllis's wounds treated. He stated that Phyllis is a very shy girl, so she keeps quiet about it, but originally she seemed to be in a lot of pain, and Garu would like Ioria to completely heal her wound. The second reason was that Garu needs some magic tools, and he needs the power of a magic tool to find Phyllis's sister and asked Ioria if she can arrange that soon. Ioria affirmed and asked him to leave it to her. Ioria stated that she has already given Phyllis her word to take care of her wound, and for a cute little girl like Phyllis, Garu need not worry, and Ioria will look for the best high-end magic tool she can find. Next day, when Phyllis woke up, she thought if this is how it goes, and she was able to fumble around and get changed. She thought she will need Ioria to fix it later, but she can't check by looking in the mirror, so she is a bit nervous. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, and when Phyllis asked them to come in, it was Garu. He wished her morning and asked if she changed her outfit by herself. Phyllis, firm, asked if something was off. Garu denied and stated that everything is fine, and he is actually impressed. Phyllis was happy as she was getting praised by Garu, just makes her feel so happy. Garu stated that breakfast is ready and asked her to let head on down. After they had the breakfast, Phyllis thanked for the meal, and Garu asked Ioria if she can go fetch what they talked about. Ioria asked for a moment. Phyllis wondered what it could be. Ioria brought something and asked Garu to be careful as it is very small. Ioria then gave him the bill and stated that she gave him a friend's discount. When Garu checked it, he found that it is double the market price. Ioria responded that she got caught, and it is a joke, nothing more. Garu wondered what kind of joke is that and stated that if he had not noticed, Ioria would have sold it to him at that price. Phyllis asked him what is that, and Garu responded that after Phyllis fell asleep last night, Garu asked Ioria to bring them a magic tool. When Phyllis asked what it is for, Garu responded that if Phyllis goes back to the ground and meets her sister, the first place that Phyllis is going to is his mansion. Phyllis affirmed, and Garu further stated that if the mansion is of honor, whoever owns the land, it would have been easy for them to find Phyllis. But looking at what has happened up till now, Garu was thinking about avoiding sending Phyllis directly there. Garu stated that apart from the fact that he has decided to protect Phyllis, he wants to entrust Phyllis to someone trustable. Garu thought, while considering the course of events till now, it would be foolish of him to take her to the mansion, and stated that he was thinking that they should find her sister using this magic tool for now. Garu explained to get close to the mansion first, and after that Garu thinks it would be better to use the magic tool to check her sister's movement and then create opportunities to contact her. Phyllis thought that she had always been a hidden burden in that mansion, and if this burden of a person was to go back at this point, they definitely won't be happy. Only Nady and Ellie would be happy about her being alive. Phyllis then stated that she gets it and asked to just sneak back. Ioria stated that to pinpoint her sister's location, they will need to use Phyllis's pendant and asked Phyllis if she got it from her sister. Ioria explained that a pair of magic tools are originally one thing that has been divided into two. Even if they are separated, they will still respond to each other. Ioria stated to Phyllis that her pendant was probably also part of her sister's pendant, and Dad pendant is a magic tool on its own, so it can make the corresponding wavelength between the pair visible, and Phyllis can basically pinpoint the location of the other at any time, but for the result to be consistent, it would take half a day's time. Ioria clarified that to make the pendant usable, Phyllis would need to put it in a magic tool. Phyllis clenched the pendant, and Garu stated that he understands that it is something very precious to her and asked her if she won't hand over the pendant for just a while. Phyllis then squeezed the pendant and thought it is an important connection with Nady, and she doesn't want to, even if she is being childish here, she really doesn't want to, but she handed over the pendant and thought she doesn't mind if it is something she must do to meet Nady. Ioria thanked Phyllis and put the pendant in the magic tool. There was shine in the tool, and Phyllis thought it is as thin as a thread, but she can see it. She stated that the light is being cut off, and Ioria clarified that the results are not stable yet, but when they are stable the light will stretch further. Nady is on the other end of this weak light, and Phyllis got emotional as she really wants to meet her. Ioria cheered her up and stated that tomorrow they will take this and go look for her. Garu asked Phyllis how about they go out shopping for all of tomorrow's preparation in a bit, and it might help take her mind off it. Phyllis agreed and thought they are right as she needs to cheer up. Ioria stated to also quickly fix that leg and asked Garu to carry Phyllis. Phyllis was sitting on a chair staring a potion which Ioria specially made for her. Phyllis wondered if there is really gonna work and found that it has a sweet smell. She then thought she is gonna hate it if it is better, and she will gulp it all in one go just in case. It tasted like butter, and her whole body feels like it is being engulfed in mellow warmth. It is as if it is searching for all the affected areas in her body, and her scars vanished. She hopped around and stated that it doesn't hurt anymore and praised Ioria. Garu stated that Ioria's medicine is just as effective as always. Ioria's ears just flicked from her hair, and Phyllis got wondered about her appearance. Ioria stated that she used her alchemy as a sacred beast, the flame kitsune. Phyllis got shocked as Ioria is a sacred beast. Phyllis thought Ioria is an acquaintance of Garu, but thought Ioria was just a normal person. However, she is also a secret beast and wondered if those ears and tail are all detachable. Phyllis wondered if the real form of a sacred beast is supposed to be a beast. Garu and Ioria found Phyllis confused and stiff. Ioria apologized for surprising Phyllis like this, and Phyllis stated that it is fine because sacred beasts are so rare, but here she is meeting another one. Ioria stated that as she wanted to fully help, so she let her see her true form. Phyllis hugged her tail, which is just so fluffy and it smells like a sunny day. Ioria stated that touching it does require payment, but only because she doesn't want Garu to touch it. Garu asked her if she never satisfied without teasing him. While Phyllis was playing with Ioria's tail, Ioria stated that is enough and she cannot take it anymore. She further stated that even if she says she is a sacred beast, she is different from Garu, and ever since she was born, her default has been her human form. Ioria clarified that even her transformation is defective, her mana and structure are all different, and she cannot stay in that form for too long. Phyllis wondered that the psychology of a sacred beast is quite a mystery, but she really is happy that Ioria showed her true form, and it shows that Ioria really cares about her. After that, while the magic tool stabilized, they went shopping for their departure tomorrow. The day of the departure came, and they are all ready. Ioria put a ribbon on Phyllis, and Phyllis asked her what this ribbon is for. Ioria stated that it is a special gift from Garu. Ioria stated that there is embroidery on the edge, and it is something Phyllis will need, and Garu asked her for it, and it is sewed with Garu's wolf fur. Phyllis got wondered, and Ioria further stated that if she wears this, both of their manas will become in tune, and Garu's magic attack won't have an effect on her, and to go so far for Phyllis, he is almost like a real parent. Garu stated it with an example that if they get surrounded by enemies, and he carelessly uses his wind magic attacks, they won't cause any damage to Phyllis, and if he can use his powers without worrying about Phyllis. Phyllis got happy and thanked Garu and Ioria too. Ioria hugged Phyllis and asked her to take care. Ioria also stated that the sacred beast, the flame kitsune, is on her side, and she will always be here for Phyllis, and asked if something happens feel free to come here. Phyllis again thanked her and thought she only stayed here for a short time, but it was a very comfortable here, but she has to keep moving forward, and then they went away. Garu asked Phyllis if she feels like crying and if she doesn't want to leave Ioria. Garu stated that Ioria might be silly sometimes, but she is a very kind person. Phyllis agreed and stated that she really is so kind and Phyllis loves her, and also farewells are sad, but Phyllis won't cry and also they can always come back. Garu firm and stated that Phyllis have become strong and wise. Phyllis thought she still has her adult mind from her previous life. And so, they attended the stairs passing through the valley, and the loose inspection had no issues, and finally, they reached the upper surface. Phyllis thought the wind feels nice, and it is different from the thick greenery of the valley. It is the smell of grass and soil. Garu stated that they have reached the surface and asked Phyllis if she's feeling okay. Phyllis affirmed and asked to keep going. Garu took out the magic tool and thought the light beam is steady right now. He asked Phyllis if she is ready to go. Phyllis affirmed and stated that she drank some water and even ate a cookie, and she is fully energized now. Garu explained that they still have a long way to go to reach Eyes, passing through some towns and villages. The first village they will pass through is Louvre, followed by Weether, and lastly Elbrumna. He clarified that on the borders of Eyes there is the town of Elblin. Those are all the places they will go to in that order. Phyllis understood and stated that she will just follow Garu's lead, realizing that she cannot read the map herself. She asked Garu if she is okay with being in human form and if he is not getting tired. Garu stated that he is fine and has gotten accustomed to maintaining this form. He can be like this until they depart Louvre. Phyllis seems to be in a good mood, and she affirmed that the smell here is so different from that of the valley. The wind also feels nice, but suddenly she got a shudder. When Garu asked her if something is the matter, Phyllis stated that she feels restless all of a sudden. They heard a voice, and Phyllis asked what that sound is. Garu stated that it is a horse-drawn cart moving fast and heading their way. Phyllis got startled and thought this cannot be good. They noticed that they are being pursued by goblins, as Phyllis's whole body is quivering, sensing the goblin getting closer. Garu stated that this is troublesome, thinking they are trying to direct the goblin towards them. Phyllis got shocked and wondered why they are really doing such a thing. The cart moved by them, and Garu dodged it. The lady in the cart apologized to them, and Garu thought that they are transporting women. Phyllis thought they were apologizing as they are also desperately trying to survive. Garu dropped his things and stated that he will take them all down here. When the goblins were reaching them, Phyllis got startled and thought that she is their target now. She stated to Garu that she doesn't like them, and she doesn't feel good. Garu asked her to hold him tight, assuring her that it will be over soon. Garu held his sword and had a stance. When the goblins came near, Garu swung his sword, and the goblins went away. Garu responded to Phyllis that everything is okay now. Phyllis smelled something weird and asked what is that smell as it stinks. Garu responded that goblin corpses have a strong odor. Even though they turn into ash and disappear, the odor lingers for quite a while. Garu then asked to leave before it sticks to their clothes. Phyllis affirmed that nothing further happened after that, and they reached Louvre later that evening. According to Garu, this used to be a significantly smaller village. Garu stated that this place has really developed a lot, and he sounds happy. Before they started looking for a place to stay, they went and bought a new cowl for Phyllis. She thought the one they bought before from the in-town was a bit too big for her. Now that it is the right size for her, it is not very heavy, and she can move freely. The shopkeeper stated that the colors of her outfit match with Phyllis's dad's. Phyllis then thought that it matches the color of Garu's clothing, and he might be happy with that. Garu suggested that they should look for an inn now. They walked in the market and saw some shops and restaurants. Phyllis found the smell of tasty food and the sound of people laughing too, thinking that it is really a lively town. Suddenly, a man came forward to them and asked if they are travelers and if they are looking for a place to stay. He kept saying that he knows a good place and asked them to let him take them there. Garu stated that they have time and they will find themselves. The man insisted, saying not to say that with a glance. Phyllis wondered if the man was looking at her, feeling his aura is bad. The man asked if they are a father and daughter pair, stating that the daughter of Garu is cute. Just for her, he recommended a really good inn. Phyllis whispered in Garu's ears that she doesn't think the man is a good person. When the man kept persisting, Garu asked him not to speak to them again and to get lost with a glance. The man went away, saying he will make them regret this. Phyllis asked Garu if that was okay, and he assured her that she will be fine. Garu stated that there are people like that everywhere, and it seems like Phyllis's appearance draws people in. Garu then asked her not to cover herself all the time, and wearing that cowl might be suffocating. He stated that no matter who comes her way, Garu will drive them off, and Phyllis thanked Garu. They went to an inn, and the receptionist asked them if they are here to stay. Garu affirmed, asking if there happens to be a room available. The receptionist gave them a key, stating that there is, and they will be their only guests. Their room will be at the end of the second floor. They entered the room and thought that the floor is creaking, maybe because it is an old building, and even the receptionist was an old lady. Phyllis asked Garu if she can use magic to look around. He agreed. Phyllis found that there is only one bed. Garu stated that he will be shifting back to his form, so he won't need a bed. Phyllis asked him about dinner and stated that from the feel of the inn, they will be better off buying food elsewhere. Garu responded that on their way here, he saw a shop with delicious-looking food and asked her to go try that. When they were traveling to that shop, Phyllis found something suspicious. When Garu asked her what is wrong, Phyllis stated that nothing, but she was thinking that she has a bad feeling about this. When they entered the shop and ordered a meal, they found the smell good, and Phyllis thought that these are the same noodles that she ate over at Ioria's place. She also thought that maybe noodles are a staple of the Dandario kingdom, and there are many dishes similar to udon and pasta in this world. Garu stated that everything is tasty here and she wants to take some with him. Phyllis then stated that it is not possible with the noodles, and then Garu recalled that Ioria also insisted on taking some bread for the road. They are being watched. When they went back to the inn, Phyllis sat on the bed, and Garu gave her something, stating that Ioria told him to make Phyllis eat this before she goes to sleep. Phyllis thought that sometimes she can feel the influence of Ioria from Garu. Now it is time for bed, and Garu changed his form to a wolf. Phyllis thanked Garu for the hard work today, and they went to sleep. While sleeping, some men came there with masks and weapons, entering the room. Garu heard some noise of footsteps heading directly their way and woke up. When Phyllis woke up and asked Garu what is up, then Garu asked her to keep quiet and stated that there are intruders. Phyllis used her magic sight and found that a group had gathered inside the inn, and they have the same kind of bad aura as the man from the afternoon. Garu thought that their footwork is rough, doesn't seem like they are trained, and they cannot be from the same group as the assassin they met before. Garu stated that some kidnappers could be targeting her. Phyllis thought that someone must have targeted them when they were looking for the inn and stated that she can see that there is a group outside as well, and they are completely surrounded. Phyllis and Garu heard the bump noise from the door as there were intruders outside. A man whispered to another that it is the room, and there are not any guests beside them in this inn, and asked not to injure the girl as she is the merchandise. Then they opened the door and ran towards Garu and Phyllis. But as they entered, Garu was in his human form and beat the intruders one by one. He smashed one, and when another came with his dagger, Garu struck a punch to him. When he knocked all of them and uncovered their faces, he found that it is the middleman from back then. Phyllis, by her magic sight, saw that the others are just running away. Phyllis was not sure if this will work, but she used the wind armor attack. All the intruders outside thought that they are being trapped by the wind, and Garu thought if she just uses her wind armor over the entire inn and found that her power is immense. Phyllis thought that this is defense magic, but as she thought if she uses more mana and expands the area, she can use it to lock those people here. Garu jumped out of the window and tied those people. When the receptionist came, Garu apologized to her and stated that they are sorry for causing so much trouble here and they are in a hurry and asked her to have the official handle all of the bandits. Garu also gave her some money for all the commotion they caused. The lady stated that she understands and thanked him. Garu then ran with Phyllis and asked her if she learned that magic from her sister. Phyllis denied and stated that she felt like she could not let all of those bad people escape, and she thought of it on the spot. Garu thought of her as quick-witted. Garu then stated that it is because of Phyllis they were able to catch them. Phyllis thought she was actually able to help, and she is happy. Garu asked her to rest till they reached the next town. Phyllis thought it would be nice if she could help out more, and when she returned to Nady, she wondered if Nady will teach her some more magic. There, on the horse cart from earlier, there were two girls. One was stating to another that her back is at its limit, and another responded that this is the old road, and that is why it is so bad, and it is good for avoiding people. She also stated that it is wise to use a battered horse car to look like ordinary citizens, and she wished this seat was a tad more comfortable, but first asked her to bear with it till they reach Elblin. They were Nady and Ellie, and they thought it is all worn down, but they must be grateful to Eurysthera, Nady's friend. Nady recalled the moment when Eurysthera was angry to suddenly call her with Nady's messenger bird in the middle of the night, and then Nady stated that she didn't just run away from home, but she has abandoned that family and left that place behind for good. Eurysthera was shocked to hear and see the hair of Nady. Eurysthera stated that ever since their school days, she was worried that Nady would, but to think Nady would go so far. Nady stated that the situation called for it and explained Eurysthera everything. Eurysthera stated that she is somewhat convinced now, and she did feel like there was too little information about the bridge collapsed as it was the work of monsters, yet information on it was not made available to the public. Eurysthera, when asked by Nady what she wants from her, Nady responded that she is glad that they can cut to the chase and she is going to search for Phyllis. Nady then asked her for a means of transportation to do so. Eurysthera stated that she doesn't mind helping Nady with that and asked her what will she do after that, as Nady stated that she threw away that family name, but if she really thinks she just do that and be free now. Eurysthera explained that there is no one as proficient in magic as Nady in all of the Kingdom of Eyes, and asked if it is not obvious that the Count will do everything in his power to find Nady back. Nady responded that she knows and she doesn't think that she has truly become free, but right now her priority is to find Phyllis. Nady also stated that as for the Ashtar family after finding Fichain, she plans on giving a proper answer to them. Eurysthera thought that she has always heard about Phyllis from Nady, and Phyllis is the youngest daughter in the Count's family, and Nady is her elder sister, but Nady has always played the role of a mother with her. Before the bridge collapse, Eurysthera had only met Phyllis once, and she is indeed truly precious to Nady. Eurysthera thought, as far as she has heard, Nady still raised that girl and wondered in what condition she will find that girl. Eurysthera then stated to Nady that if Nady has thought this all through then it is fine, and if the Count family probes into their company for information, Eurysthera will scatter all the relevant information and leave them confused. Nady then thanked Eurysthera, and Eurysthera asked her to contact her when everything is settled. Now when they are in the cart, Nady thought she had to find Phyllis as soon as possible and convey the good news to Eurysthera. Ellie then noticed a man that collapsed in the middle of the road. Ellie stated that he is injured and he is still breathing. The man thought of them as native people. He was shocked to see the Ashtar woman and wondered what is she doing here. He thought he is hallucinating now, but it cannot be. Only his body is injured. Nady wondered what they should do now. Honestly, she doesn't even want to waste a second and just go on to find Phillies now, and she decided to take him with them. Ellie asked her if she is sure and they don't know what kind of person he is. Nady stated that she understands her concern, but they are on their way to a town and they will just take him till Elblin. She also stated that if they leave an injured person on the street, they would be no different than those people. She thought that they will definitely find Phillies. Garu and Phillies reached near a building, and Phillies thought it was an amazing tall building, and she can sense the people way up above from here. They left Louvre, and on their way, they got on a horse carriage. The next day, they made it in front of Elblin's inspection gate. Garu stated that this place has developed a lot too, and this defensive wall is actually something to look at now. Phillies wondered that the inspection area is also really big and stated that there are so many people that the line isn't moving at all. Garu responded that it is because horse carriages are given priority. Phillies saw by her magic side that there are all kinds of people here, and she wondered if that person is a demi-human too, as his ears are popping out. She thought she can only see that silhouette with her magic sight, and it is so unfortunate that she cannot actually see them. Suddenly Phillies shuddered, and Garu asked her what is wrong. Phillies stated that she knew what this feeling is and stated that there is a horde of monsters drawing near from that direction. Garu got trembled, and Phillies stated that there are so many people here and everyone needs to run away and it is dangerous. She asked him to inform everyone, and Garu shouted that monsters are now approaching from the west and asked all the civilians to evacuate right away, and those who can fight unsheathe their weapons. The little girl and the sacred beast prepared to defend against the impending peril. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We love reading your comments, so please leave your thoughts and suggestion below, and wish you a happy new year to all of you.